Hey traders, John Howell here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the actual stock market itself, the stimulus that pretty much Trump is probably going to be doing soon, and also the earnings that's been coming out from America as well too. Got a lot of stuff that I want to cover with you today, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, this is going to be a bit of a different video for you today. What you're looking at right now is basically part of one of my screens for my futures and forex platform. You can see that this is all the different screens through here. If I bring up my screen over here, let me bring my screen down through to here, and you can see what you're basically looking at right now. Actually, let me just bring this over here. What you're basically looking at right now is, again, just part of one of my screens. I have I think it's a 49-inch sort of not wide screen, but just normal screen. So I have, a lot of different charts. And what you're looking at right now is 5-minute chart and also a 2-minute chart of the S&P 500. And obviously I trade the futures and forex market outside of the stock market as well too. So I trade the stock market. I trade that for an hour per day. And I trade that the last hour per day. So the last hour, I'm running my scans, looking at the markets and seeing if there's any good trading opportunities, also investing opportunities. And then outside the markets, I spend some time looking at the intraday charts and looking for setups and so on and so forth. So a bit of a way that I do my trading, guys. And put it this way, guys, once you know what to look for, once you really are, you're not trying to guess or gamble, anything like that, you've got really good trading setups. Trading can be quite a good process, quite a fun process as well too. So the interesting thing about the stock market, if I just bring up, this is the 5-minute chart right now. If I bring up, say, the daily chart, this is the daily chart. Now you can see the daily chart basically had just basically a little bit of a pullback. I reckon we're likely to start to see a run back up to all-time new highs real soon. And probably beyond. It wouldn't surprise me if we got to, I was going to say 4,000. Oh yeah, wouldn't surprise me if we actually got to 4,000. But then again, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? But anyway, but an all-time new high is probably likely to come out of this soon. And the reason why I say that, and maybe even like a 4,000 print is likely to be printed. The really interesting thing about what's happening with the stock market is that here is a screenshot of my Facebook, and this is what Donald Trump actually said on the Facebook. You can see here he says, stimulus, go big or go home. Now the really interesting thing about this is this. We know the Fed, stimulus packages and so on and so forth. We know that puts a floor in the markets. But hang on a minute. Let's actually remove this out of this. Let's actually take this away from the screen. We are almost at all-time new highs in the markets right now. We are at almost all-time new highs. And they haven't even passed another stimulus package yet. Can you imagine what happens to the markets 2-3 months later after the stimulus package has passed? You get this sort of action, right? So if this was created by a massive stimulus package, okay, from April to where we are right now, imagine what's going to happen to the markets when they create another round, go big or go home, right? Stimulus package. Imagine what the market is going to do with that. That is just insane. And so that's the actual stock market itself, and the basically the indices and so on and so forth, not the individual stocks. Now there are a lot of stocks that I actually like right now. I'm actually long a few stocks right now that I really like, and yes, I'm also in a few other ones as well too. So mining stocks and so on and so forth. Anyway, so that's what I want to talk to you about there. But let me actually also bring this up through to here. Let me share something with you. The really interesting thing about the good old Americans is this is the revenue that apparently America has been bringing in. And isn't it really interesting? The first thing I want to preface this with this. Donald Trump says he actually got tax cuts done for the smaller people and so on and so forth. But I was speaking to someone recently who owns a business, and let me know if this is for you as well too, that because of the way that the tax was put together and all the different things were happening, his tax went up overall. Maybe the tax rate went down, but then suddenly when it comes to business and things you can tax deductions and so on and so forth, he actually said that his tax went up overall, which is really interesting. Now you can see here on the spending charts here, you can see that from 2009, $2.10 trillion, and you can see how it's slowly going up overall each and every single year. So it's not an income problem. Americans don't have an income problem. No, they have a spending problem. So they're receiving a lot of, 3.8, or it says estimate this year $3.7 trillion they're going to receive in income. So it's not a income problem. It's a spending problem that is happening within there. And I just wanted to share that with you. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about, firstly, what I said about the actual stock market. What I believe is that the stock market is high already. So the market is already high. But with all that being said, wait until you see they put the stimulus package again, another big mammoth. Guess what's going to happen to the markets? So I think trying to put a top in the markets right now is probably not going to be here for a while because of exactly what I just said there. And now Donald Trump saying stimulus, go big or go home as well. And also, and on the last note here, obviously the income here. So it's not a income problem, it's a spending problem. And they are spending like crazy. So there we go, guys. Make sure you go to the link in the description below to grab, I'm running a sale to my Master Trader Lab. Go get access to that. And also subscribe, bell button, and let me know in the chat box below what you think about what I said in today's video.